But yeah, now we are live. Okay, so this is the regular meeting of Agile Ventures for Project Rundfunk mitbestimmen, together with Domenico and me. And we were about to check on the latest pull requests. So I'm going to share my screen. There we go. All right, so last time we were talking on the similarities, and we want to have a particular feature. And this particular feature would be that if you're authenticated, so the system knows who you are, and you go on the particular visualization that would be the similarities or the relationships, then you could filter for those broadcasts that are supported by you. That's the whole idea. So right now you can see all relationships, and maybe that's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Maybe there would be there should be a kind of a button here, switching between my broadcasts and all broadcasts. That would be the idea, right, Domenico?
Yes, exactly.
So I'm going to view the changes since I last visited, and I think I've seen that one already.
Yeah, I implemented the change requests you wrote. But now I don't remember exactly all the details, but I think I had moved too much logic into the model, and you suggested to keep the formatting part of the result in the controller.
I mean, you can to put it in the model. It's just a matter of taste. I mean, there has to be somewhere. My suggestion was, since this behavior is so close to the specific use case, I would intuitively try to find it in the controller, not in the model. So that's why I suggested it to put it there. But it's a matter of taste. Other people put it in a specific job or helper class and use it for this situation. But I think it's too much overhead.
Yes. Finally, I decided to add a new Ruby class that models the graph, so with nodes and edges, and to create a serializer on this object.
So let's see why the build is failing.
It's again failing.
So it's not because of our flaky tests, apparently. Google Corp, it's okay. Is there a shorthand to see the? This is the reason why.
Okay. Yeah, I removed something I shouldn't remove, and I run the wrong test. Let me just. It's the broadcast model spec, which is failing.
It's an unrelated test. I don't know why this test is failing, honestly. So this test here, get historical data for one broadcast with these parameters. That's maybe you remember we once had a feature where you could get all the you could pass in a specific point in time, and then you could get the statistic data at that time. And here we have an array of historical of points in time, let's say, and you can say, okay, from 2 months ago 2 months ago, from 2 months ago, with every 7th day by default. So yeah, for the duration of 1 month, starting 3 months ago, you can get an array of statistics. That's this test here. And apparently the result is empty, and that's why the test is failing. So this is not related.
Strange.
Yes, it's especially strange since I thought that this test is actually not flaky. There are a couple of things that are flaky. So one thing that I absolutely don't understand, it's sometimes the front end cannot be built, but then you would see it somewhere here. It says build error, but this one was successful. And sometimes we have timing issues because of...
Yeah, I remember that the timing was hard to test, especially with the temporal table.
Yeah. All right, so let's get back to topic, see what changed. So now we have the chart data controller, we have similarities. Yeah, right, so this is excellent. So this was what I was suggesting, having this relation here. So we can keep everything the same and just put this condition on top if we have parameter specific to user.
Yes, this is now a scope, like you suggested.
That's great.
This is the new model I created, similarity graph. It's a graph model inside a similarity graph module for namespacing. And it takes two attributes, the nodes and the links. And then there is a serializer that converts this array of objects, no, actually this object into the JSON format we use in the front end. Perhaps this uniqueness could be done also in the class itself.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. I don't care. I see what's going on here. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, here I had to add this early return if there's no user provided.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So this is a new model. Does it have? It doesn't have a table. Does it?
No, it doesn't.
We could make it explicit so we don't mistake it for something. So I guess if I say similarity graph : graph dot all would give me probably no method error, right?
Yeah, I think so, yes, because it doesn't inherit from active record, I think, defines.
No, right, it doesn't inherit, but that's okay. That's what I want, because it's no active record. It's okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, that looks good as well. And we have two different serializers for nodes and links.
Yes, I had to create this, let's say, this three serializers. The graph serializer that has inside two different serializers, because I didn't know how to set in the controller two different serializers for the same render render action. I don't know if it's even possible to define two different.
I think it is. You can just render an arbitrary JSON object, like in hash. But I actually prefer your solution here. So I like it. Yeah. So you could do something like here. You could say return JSON and then like a hash, and then you say just nodes, blah blah things, and that would be it.
Yeah. Okay. I agree to use serializers in this format.
Yeah, I prefer serializers as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we covered that already. Yes.
Yeah, here I did some copy and paste, I think.
So how does that work? Like, I thought the request params are in the headers. So will those two merge?
No, well, you have the authentication parameters in the header, and you have a specific to user parameter in the URL. So if you provide a specific to user parameter and you are not authenticated, then you get no result. Here we could also write, I don't know, throw an error message but I thought it would be better to simply do not return anything at all.
Why do we need this one here, like line number 65?
Well, we decided to not to use a user ID in the request, but to get the user ID from the authentication header.
Yeah.
So we need this to retrieve the user ID of the authenticated user.
Oh.
I think this is something I copied from other tests, but I think it works this way.
So because you're asserting this user, like, and that's why you need to pass it this static, like this hard-coded ID.
This is an ID. I thought it was something used to authenticate the user, so that I could use current user in the backend.
So auth0 user ID is the ID that was provided by auth0. It could be, in this case, this is email, but you can have Google or Facebook or Twitter, and then some random ID.
Okay.
This is how users are identified on auth0. If you log in, then in JSON Web Token you have JSON Bira request param Bira token. So that's the access token as far as I know. Bira. Yeah, so in the request header you have authorization colon Bira and then some kind of token. And this is the encrypted token. The backend will try to decrypt this token, and if it succeeds, it will return the some user information, including auth0 ID, the email, and I think the expiration date. And based on that, the backend is able to like get the right users. Like it does something like user find. So if you do this, Then you hard code it here. So, but the whole thing is you just want to have the user authenticated, do you?
Yes.
I think we have a helper for that.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure. Backend. Spec requests. For example, impression. I guess we have authenticated. When the first time with auth0. Probably the place where you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can just use that one here.
Authenticated header. Okay.
So authenticated header is a helper which comes from here. So we have knock, and knock is responsible on the backend side to decrypt the token. This helper method just does the opposite, and it kind of creates an encrypted token with the email as sub, or whatever sub means, of the user. And then it decrypts it and puts it in here. So it kind of simulates as if a user was authenticated as auth0 and sends this token in the request header. And yeah, this is all you need. So you have this hash with some kind of random token, and then you put it in the headers, and then you're authenticated for the remaining test. That's how you can do it. So you could here. I think you can just remove it, this line, and it will still do. So let's try. The branch is called
614.
Here we have it. Oh, oops. Check out 614. Our spec. Let's see some tests. And the test was in chart data similarities. There we are. So I guess when we remove line number 65, everything will still be green.
Was ist das für eine Kacke hier?
My dad is in the same room and complaining about, I don't know.
Was für ein Scheiß hier?
So where have we been here? Okay. Oh yeah, right. Why do we need a user without geolocation?
You know, I just copied that. I really don't know.
So geolocation is important for another kind of visualization, actually.
Yeah, the map.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're authenticated, so if you're not authenticated, you don't see anything. If you are, then I think this user was authenticated. Yeah, and then you see your own location here. But sometimes you're not get geolocated, and that's the without geolocation. Yeah, this we call in the terminology of factory bot says this is I forgot it. The scope? No, a factory bot.
A trait.
Yes, a trait. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess we can also just move it and just say user create. And if we don't pass in this trait, it will be geolocated and it will not have no, so it will not try to geocode this user, because the first time you log in and you're not geolocated, then it will try to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you already have coordinates, then it will not. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, probably we can remove all the before the skip callback and just create a user.
Yeah, exactly. So all I have to say about this is it looks amazing, except this line, which can just be removed, and these two lines and this trait, which can be removed. And I think then we are ready. Oh no. All right, but that's the same error that we had on the.
Yeah, I actually have it also on my machine. I just tried, and I don't know.
Paper trail. Yeah, those paper trail. This is very, very interesting. The paper trail specs fail on my machine, but they don't on the build server. I have no idea why.
Yes,
Once I spent some time kind of researching it, and I couldn't find anything. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I still don't understand why this happens. It's also important for the Dockerized version of this application, because on the Docker, in the Docker container, this spec also fails. So temporal, and patch. Yeah, paper trail and the time zone.
Don't know if you want.
Mine just arrived. Hi. All right. So, but I guess we can just ignore it for now.
I don't know if we should try to move back to the comment before, where the test was not failing. I cannot understand why it's failing now, but if you look at the on GitHub before my last push, that was some minutes ago, it wasn't failing.
So what happens? Remove unnecessary includes.
Yeah.
Weird.
Don't know why.
Me neither.
I also tried now to re-add them, but the specs are failing also.
Weird. Absolutely weird. Anyhow, I'll try to run the test for this particular test file. So if this is green, then we can refactor it. Yeah, so all tests are succeeding. So let's just remove those two lines and see if the test is still succeeding. So we just remove that. I think we can just remove it, and then we can remove those two without geolocation. See if the test is still succeeding. Aha.
Lars? Nö, ich kann auch alles schon. Vielen Dank. Dankeschön. Das ist gut.
So which one is failing? 75 is failing. Huh? 75. Returns on similarities connected to the.
Yeah, because probably the user is not authenticated in that case. But I don't. Ah, okay, yeah, because it's.
Laufen. Ja, die Rose. Also, sie freut sich, wenn ich die Tür aufmache.
So apparently this has to.
Sie war's nicht.
This is somehow important.
Yeah, for authentication probably.
Ist sie draußen? Ja, war der auch bis eben dann. Der hat den ganzen Kram noch da stehen. Da bin ich ja erstmal rausgegangen. Ja, klar. Ist auch noch schön draußen. Bisschen kalt.
Like, but why? I mean, we're not. We are not using this this token anyhow. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I was moving into another room.
You gave up finally.
Yeah. We can say without geolocation, can we? Okay, so at least this one is working just as we expected. All right, let before, yeah. Ah. Sometimes it's because of the timing when user is called. Like we have headers here, headers, okay. Oh. No auth0 user ID. Why do we need no auth0 user ID? Absolutely weird. So yeah, we can just use merge authenticated header as long as you don't do anything with the user itself.
Yeah.
I just wonder why. So we're creating a user. Okay. Anyhow, I mean it's working now. We just refactored it, and I can think about it later. So refactor test, remove unnecessary manual setting of move assignment. Okay, I just pushed it. Now let's see what's the reason why this pull request is failing here, but not there. Graph.
No, it's graph.
For some reason I don't see it.
Yeah, in the yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, there we go. maybe I can just run this back here. So we had some tests which did run. Then I added back to the wait, where am I? Pass. Okay, so we have 2 model tests failing and 3 request tests failing. Yeah, the request tests which are failing.
The last 2.
Yeah, the first 3 are failing because of paper trail, right?
Yeah.
And so we can just ignore that. So the only tests that are relevant for us are spec, request, statistic, cast spec. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why are these tests failing now? That doesn't make any sense at all. It has nothing to do with the changes. I don't think that we're going to fix it with these includes.
No, I already tried that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is something I really don't understand. Like, he changed something completely different, and then the build server is failing.
Yeah, and I tried to roll back the change, and the error doesn't go away.
Yeah, I mean, we have some dependency. It could be a dependency problem. I mean, paper trail obviously is a dependency problem because it's failing on a laptop. It's not failing on the build server.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is somehow a dependency problem. The build server is like installing something that lets paper trail behave differently.
Mm-hmm.
And this one here could be something similar. Like maybe the server of Travis is configured a different time zone or something. And then we get 5 instead of 6 results here and no results here.
Yeah, but we are getting the error also on our laptop, so.
$140. What is that?
Never saw it.
Ah, okay. It's undefined method. Not pass. Okay. It's failing on line 152. Right here. So apparently subject is nil. Oh. Doesn't work either. No. Okay. Oops. No, subject is not nil. Ah, okay, probably the last subject is nil. Huh? Ah, there we go. So I is 5. And yeah, so the last subject at position 5 will be nil, which makes sense because we have also 5 instead of 6 responses.
Yeah.
These two here, they all failed. So we have here the expectation to be 6.
Yeah. And
So we have to time like 2 moments in time. 3 months ago without the milliseconds, and the same thing for 3. And then we say params 2 months ago. Where do we have 3 months ago? 3 months ago.
in the on line 136.
Here.
Yeah.
What's the duration? That's the way how we calculate. So 3 months ago is just for the expectation. And we say, yeah, we iterate the array. And apparently the default is 1 month. And if you say we want to have the statistical data until 2 months ago, then we have the time range from 3 months ago. For 1 week each. That's the duration. So the duration will be will increase for every test case here. Oops. And so that's how we calculate the date. So why there's last month? Why there's a missing record at the. So the month. Did you commit your? Did you send your commit last month in April?
The working one, yes.
Yeah, that could be the problem here. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So this one was at 5 days ago. That was in April. That was last month. And this one, or this one here. Yeah. Three days ago, but still, this was April the 31st. And I guess that's the reason why.
So if we if we tell Travis to restart the test on the old commit, it will fail now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm just trying to understand why this is a problem, because
it should not depend on the month, obviously. Yeah.
What is 2 months ago? 2 months ago. Yes. That was 2nd of March. And 3 months ago was 2nd February. Haha. 1 month, yeah. I guess it's because the month of February is shorter than the average month. I guess that's the reason why. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So if you add four weeks to the date of 2nd of March, then you will end at February the 30th, and that would be April already. Can you still follow me, Domenico?
Yeah.
So I was just in my head, I was just calculating the dates. So if you add 4 weeks up to here, then we are already in the next month.
When you add 4 weeks to February, you are next month, and if you add 4 weeks to the 2nd of March, you are still in March.
Yeah. So we can fix it by I would fix it by a specific date.
Yeah.
Do we have something like time travel?
I think I used it when I worked on the temporal table, but I don't know if we removed it. No, we don't have time travel. It is in the test.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a helper. We have a helper. No? Maybe it's Rails specific. So we have this helper's time here, and apparently we can say travel to. This is a date, and then do something.
Yeah.
What we could do is
set the current time.
Exactly. But I'm just too confused right now. So described a month ago. Travel to, I don't know. 17. We make this.
Okay.
I don't know if that actually works, but we'll see. Damn it. But it will work because that are evaluated when the test starts.
Yeah. Well, what was the error now?
We cannot use it in the in
Okay, in
an example group. Oh.
Okay, because it's 2 months ago. And if we, instead of writing 2 months ago, we write a specific date minus 2 months and a specific date minus 3 months. Without using, yeah.
Time zone or active time part. I never get it right.
Me neither.
One year since, is it the same as?
Yeah, I think you can just do it this way.
This is an invalid syntax. I'm pretty sure.
No, I think you can do the date minus 3 months.
Ah, yeah, right.
You put the dot date instead of the underscore date in the 2 months ago. The beginning. Up. Right.
Right here?
Yeah, on the right. You wrote the
Oh, yeah.
dot.
Okay, so this doesn't work. But I mean, we see the problem here. It's a very funny problem, which we only get because we are dealing with times. I'm not able to fix it right away, but since this regular event has kind of progressed, I would just suggest that we deal with it later.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty clear what the problem is, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we just need to find a way. It was very confusing, but I mean, we kind of managed to find the cause of the problem at least, and it's easy to fix, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe we can think about removing that test case entirely because it's hard to understand what's going on. Like it's very, very complex. We should find a better way to do it.
Yeah, I also think it's really hard to understand the test. Yeah, we should refactor it.
Certainly. Domenico, do you have any questions so far? I think I like the pull request, and as soon as the two tests, the two remaining tests are succeeding, I think we can merge the pull request. Pretty sure.
Yes. So about this pull request, I think no, I have no questions.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps about how we should proceed with the front-end part.
I think the front-end part is pretty simple. So I'm expecting that on the front-end side, you just have a button saying something like, "Show me my supported broadcasts."
Yeah, and that will change the GET request that is made to the backend to retrieve the graph data.
Exactly. So if you're not authenticated, this button should be grayed out or should be disabled.
Yeah. Or we could also don't show it at all.
Yeah, but if you show it, it tells the users that something will be available when you log in.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
I would show it, but disable it. Maybe disable it with a reason, like explaining why. And then when you click on it, then this query parameter will be sent to the backend. If you click again on it, you can toggle it so the query parameter will be removed. And that's it. And you can, in Ember, it's easy to do this. So query parameters are shown here. You have to change two files. So there are the routes and the controllers.
I don't see your screen right now.
Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't sharing. You should see it now.
Yeah.
All right, so you have to change two files. I'll just give you an example. If we have a lot of query parameters in Find Broadcasts. Find Broadcasts is the page where you can, what you access here. So there are a lot of query parameters because you have a lot of categories to choose from. And we have pagination. This is all implemented via query parameters. Those query parameters are listed here. So we have an array of query parameters. And we have some default values that would be null for specific to user. Or maybe make it, I think that's all right. I was thinking about snake case versus camel case. In JavaScript, you use camel case, and Ruby use snake case. Anyhow, and then you say specific to user, null. And then you put on the route, which is responsible for loading backend data, you say that this specific to user parameter should refresh the model. So this will trigger, if you change this parameter, the page will be refreshed. So the backend request will be refreshed. That's what we want because we want to see different data.
Yeah, okay.
And that's pretty much it. And then you only have to control, you have to toggle this property, the query parameter, with some kind of button. That's it.
Okay.
But we can already merge it. I mean, the user doesn't see anything.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So we can just go straight away and merge it. It's different from the other pull requests where we have something that the user actually sees that hits the UI.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, just another question. I was looking also to a bug that is there are some parts on the page where icons are not shown. In the footer, for example, I don't know if you noticed that. If you open the page right in the bottom,
right? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I was trying to look at the CSS, but I cannot find where the CSS is in the the front end.
Yeah, we're using a CSS framework called Semantic UI. But this is, I'm pretty sure this came in because of a dependency update. We are using a particular font that is provided with the CSS framework, and I just didn't notice. And these are icons. Okay?
Yeah, so perhaps the name changed, the class name changed.
The class name shouldn't change, but the font that will render this icon has removed, maybe.
Okay.
So the Semantic UI GitHub Amber. So this is the, yeah, that's the one. There was a breaking change, and apparently I kind of missed that. I couldn't see that the font was kind of broken. So we are now using 3.0, and before we were using 2.1. And apparently something changed with the fonts. The fonts have those icons. Semantic UI font icon. Icon set. So these are the icons, and they get it from a particular font. I don't know which one is it. Awesome font or some whatever. Sometimes the CSS frameworks use the font awesome. Yeah. So it's font awesome. Yeah. But so, yeah, thank you for the bug report. I missed that, really.
Yeah. So we just need to add the missing font, and we will fix it.
Yeah. There's some problem with the font. Probably we don't see a 404 error because at least one icon is correctly included here. But so we have icons, but they are not visible. Okay, but there's something wrong with the icons.
Failed to decode downloaded font, I get in the inspector.
Failed to decode font?
Yeah. Yeah, and the font the font names are all icon and all with icons.
Yeah, now I have the same error messages. So when I toggle CSS, then I see a lot of problems regarding the fonts. Downloadable font rejected by sanitizer. Okay, we have to look into that. Cool.
Okay.
Oh, I was sharing my screen again.
What?
I thought I was sharing my screen, but I wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will try to fix the error in the backend, the time-related error at least, and I will push it as soon as I have done it.
Cool.
Okay. Okay.
That was a great job. Thank you so much for your pull request and your bug report.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.